I almost even start falling asleep before we hear a car pull up to the bottom of the hill. Olivia perks up and leans forward to try and see who it is. A few seconds later, Liz's head rises above the stairs, scanning like a submarine periscope. Crap, it's gonna be tough getting all the way back down, even with Liz's help. I look back and smile at Olivia, still huddled against herself and clinging to my arm. You ready? Today seemed to drag on endlessly. Liz's arrival had ended our embrace, and she had quite the dour look on her face. She said she'd been in a meeting with the principal, and I could only imagine how the faculty and student council were reacting to Yodakin's passing. Her mood seemed to shift, a little, at least, when she saw Olivia and I both huddled together beneath a tree. Olivia's mood, on the other hand, plummeted. Probably from the way Liz and I had to carry her to the car. The ride to the Payne household had been silent, save for Olivia's grumbling and embarrassment. Think I'd be in a similar mood if I was treated like a sack of potatoes. But then again, how else were we supposed to carry her? I should suggest more leg workouts to Coach Solly. Just in case. Nah, you need leg and back. Leg, back, and shoulders, my guy. Damien and Randy were waiting for us at the curb, the older man looking over Olivia with worry.
When your friend told us, Soph and I were beside ourselves.
I'm fine, Randy. Randy didn't really hear her, as the instant her car door was open, her legal guardian pulled her up into one hell of a bear hug.
Come on, I'll get your kids some hot cocoa.
Damien watched on with a smile of relief as his father hauled her over his shoulder and marched into his home. Yeah, very sack of potato-y. You guys want to stick around? Vinny's still in school, so we'll have the consoles to ourselves. It's still pretty early, all things considered. Sure, I'd love some hot chocolate right now. Liz? I'd like to, really, but the council still needs to prepare the arrangements for Yodakin's... well, you know. Maybe I'll come by after if I can. Ah, alright. Well, if you do, I'll make sure there's some cocoa left. Appreciate it. With that, Liz drives off down the street. Come on, let's head inside before we turn into popsicles. Settling into the well-worn couch, I notice a distinct lack of a baryonyx. Where's Olivia? Randy chimes in from the kitchen, busying himself with an old-fashioned kettle.
She wanted to rest on her bed for now, boys. Give her some time. No one can resist hot cocoa during weather like this, especially how I make it.
Aw, man. With his earlier barbecuing, dude, I bet you Randy makes some of the best fucking hot chocolate. Like, from scratch. Oh. Never had homemade hot chocolate. But if it's anything like his cooking, then it must be some good stuff. Oh, yeah. After a few minutes, Randy comes out with a tray.
Here you guys go.
He passes around a few Christmas-themed mugs, labeled with the family's names, and leaves the last one on top a nearby drawer.
You're gonna have to be Vinny for a bit. You cool with
that? Yeah, thanks, Randy.
Man, you look cold. We were out there long.
It's true, by now the snow on my jacket's melted and my clothes are chilly and soaked.
Feel free to take a load off until you warm up. I'll be in my bedroom resting. Holler if you need anything else.
He gives Damien a pat on the back and leaves. The mug is hot to the touch, but it's a welcoming feeling to warm up my icy fingers. I take a moment to gently blow air on the beverage to cool it down before moving it to my lips. Yeah, it's pretty good. Damien is chugging his. He finishes the swig and sets the glass down. That must have been half of it in one go. Well, there are multiple ways to enjoy anything. After today's events and weather, I really needed this. Another sip. It really is helping warm me up. I didn't even notice how cold I was. Hey, Vinny. Yeah? You good? I'm holding it together, yeah. Still a bit scattered. I don't blame you. Hey, Pops doesn't want you venturing back into the tundra out there. You up for a game or something? He gestures to the entertainment setup. No, but go ahead. I'll watch. Damien thinks for a second, the few gears in his head turning in conflict. Really, I don't mind.
Alright, I'll get set up.
Damien sets his game up, searching several mismatched cases for the right CD and giving the screen a good thump to get it to work properly. Grabbing a controller, he turns on the Xbox One, selects something called Rock Ring ODHG, and settles deep into his groove on the couch. Yeah, Halo.
This one's my favorite in the series.
After a minute or two of gathering a full lobby, the Dilafo Spino Dino picks his class and begins his virtual rampage. Only a minute in, and he manages to get the first kill. I'm just a bit burnt out for the day. Getting pretty tired, actually.
Hey, Inko?
Yeah?
Olivia didn't come back with a wheelchair. Did something happen?
Yeah, she isn't taking Yaudikin's passing well.
Well, I'm glad you were there for her.
My eyes remain on the screen, lost in the vibrant violence as some in-game announcer proclaims Damien's digital massacre. On his part, Damien's frills wavered like crazy, and it looked as if his arms also wanted to wave in victory.
You want to talk about it?
I don't want to take up your time, Damien.
Come on, man. We've known each other for a while. You can be honest with me.
Not sure where to begin, really. Yaudikin was really cool. I don't really have the right words for it. Somehow, I think I'm unqualified to speak on it, compared to Olivia. She knew him better than I ever did.
He was important to her, yeah.
We talked about it for a bit before Liz picked us up, but I'm worried I'm not much help.
Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help her out in any way we can. Best thing to do is to be ourselves for her, and she'll eventually go through the motions her own way.
Yeah, that makes a surprising amount of sense. I slowly look up from my mug over to Damien. And you make it sound so easy, too. He briefly meets my gaze before returning his attention to the screen.
I know I'm not the smartest guy around, but I do know Olivia. We don't share parents, but she's still my older sister.
Older sister?
Her birthday is first, duh. And knowing Olivia, she'll be able to manage. But how are you managing?
Me? Trying to sort the maelstrom of emotions running rampant in my head is overwhelmed, I guess. I wish I'd gotten to learn more from him.
Olivia could probably recite some of his lessons by heart.
She probably could.
I remember the first time she got to work with some special paints in his class, she was just ecstatic. She came home a mess, covered all over with blues and greens, and leaving tracks behind wherever she went. When Mom saw her carpet vandalized, she threw her right in the backyard and hosed her off. I ended up joining in because it looked fun.
Eyeing the hallway leading to her room, a part of me wants to see if she's alright. That part simply wants to be closer to her again. Damien looks back again, the unspoken question clearly written across his arched brows.
What about Olivia and you?
Speaking of, I may have told Olivia that I liked her.
About time.
Huh?
What? You two have stuck together like glue ever since the summer barbecue. I mean, come on now. Anyone with half a brain could see that you were becoming more than friends. All the signs were there. Although, it does worry me a little.
Why's that?
Well, think about it. Your teacher just passed away, you're both wrecks right now. What if it's just that suspension bridge thing?
I don't know, man. It only just happened.
You're right. Sorry.
I do like Olivia. I know that. I guess I'm a little scared of the future.
How so?
There's just a bunch of things I still don't get about Olivia. Or maybe friendship in general. When I first arrived at St. Hammond, I never really had any friends like you guys. So to suddenly be involved in all this? I don't know.
I think I get it, yeah. Things can be a little dramatic around here.
One way to put it.
What's so different about your old friends?
Never really had any. Well, that's not true. I had friends, but they were like day friends, you know?
Classmate friends. Yeah, I got a bunch. And your folks constantly moving means they only ever lasted like a year tops?
Yeah. Am I a day friend?
No way! You come to our parties and everything. In fact, look.
He points to the subtle discolored patch of my jeans where Vinny's acid punch had failed to completely wash off.
We got you marked.
Thanks. It means more than you know.
To be honest, I always had a good feeling about you. Thought you'd be a decent addition to the group, but to see Olivia actually start opening up to you 2 months ago, that was unthinkable. All those years I was trying alone, you know? Made it all worthwhile. Not to take credit or anything, I'm just really glad to see her happy after so long.
Moments of Olivia and I together flash into my head. Good, bad, and everything in between. It all culminates into a single image of her staring up at me with that smile of hers. Me too. Hard to believe that she's been dealing with so much inside when I first met her.
Well, Inko, some people just have a lot of problems they hide from the world. For example,
he puts the controller down and shifts to look at me in the eye. His character is instantly sniped.
That hot chocolate gave me a tummy ache.
I'm being serious.
That was serious. It could be little things like that. Little stresses that add up. Now, it doesn't bother me, but someone else? It might just about ruin them. If you're trying to get with Olivia, I'll give you a nickel's worth of advice my dad told me. If a girl you like asks to wear your shirt at 2 a.m. and to bake cookies, she's an absolute keeper.
Oh, ain't no truer words been said. That's some pretty good advice.
Just don't break her heart, yeah? Or I'll have to break your face.
Not that Damien has that energy, but like, yeah. Wouldn't dare to think of it. Damien offers me a fist to bump, to which I happily reciprocate. The door creaks open. Both our heads turn back at the sound. She kneels in the doorway to her room, leaning against the side railing. Damien nods to me and continues his game. The ambient gunfire and controller clicking fills the silence. I take the hint and stand up, slowly approaching Olivia as she tries to shuffle down the hallway. She's completely upright in a display of pure confidence. Even her tail is upright, as if to amplify her dignity. I'll have to tell her how cute that is when I'm not so drained. I wordlessly offer her hand, and she accepts. With her on my shoulder, I walk the both of us towards the living room couch and plop down on it with her. Oh, here. I lean forward to grab her cocoa from the coffee table. Most of the warmth is gone by now. Guess I can go warm it up in the microwave for her. She's tugging my arm. Come on, it's cold. She starts leaning harder against me to keep me from getting up all the way. All right, geez. I give her the mug and she goes to start sipping instantly. I was going to warm... My voice dies as I feel her settle against my legs with a relaxed hum. Her body relaxes more and I'm allowed to sit up enough for her to settle in by my shoulder. She's warm. The two of us watch Damien's game continue. Olivia continues sipping down her drink, letting one hand free from the mug. Her hand finds its way to mine, and our fingers curl around each other's. Damien plays a few more games. I don't really keep track of how well he does. He finishes one last match and yawns, stretching back and over the couch.
All right, that's probably enough for me. I'm gonna get going. Give you two some space.
Okay. Damien gets up from the couch and slides his controller near the cabinet where it lied before. On his way out, he stops to look right into my eyes.
Hey, keep things chill, man. Don't do anything stupid, alright?
Yeah. He nods and heads off to the depths of the house. And just like that, it's quiet once more. Is she asleep?
Hey.
Hmm?
I, don't think you've seen my room before, have you?
Not at all.
Would you want to see?
I'd love to. I watch her blush. Am I getting good at this?
Okay, just walk me there.
Similar to before, I help Olivia off the couch and we shuffle our way towards her room. Wow. I'm not sure what I was expecting Olivia's room to look like, but I'm surprised. It's the air that hits me first, a strange mix of a heavy, fake floral candle trying its best to cover the almost nostalgic scent of art supplies. And posters and paintings of dinosaurs cover a lot of her wall space, like the room is her own personal canvas. Her desk sat beneath the window. Again, what space that wasn't covered by faded-looking paper was instead covered in dried-up paints. Right next to that, a dresser holding up a decades-old television and retro gaming consoles. All in all, it reminds me of the rooms they'd show in older high school movies. So, where do you want?
Just on the floor is fine.
I gently lower Olivia to the floor, letting myself sit cross-legged next to her in the process.
So, what do you think?
I think it suits you. Figured you wouldn't have any chairs.
I got this really soft rug and a beanbag chair over there.
She gestures to a beat-up lump in the corner near a large lamp. Olivia pulls something off her bed. It's a laptop, open to a music program. But I don't recognize any of the songs, or bands, or albums. That's a pretty big track list. What music do you listen to?
I'm sort of a closeted metalhead. Whenever I'm alone, I put some on at full blast while I do chores or art.
Sorry, I just saw the names.
Generator Head, Super Death, Iron Tomb, you name it. God, what do you listen to?
Please let us get in, don't lock us away. Mumble rap. I listen to mumble rap.
If that scratches your brain, then. Anyway, my dad was super into heavy metal when I was a kid, and he got me into it. When Damien and I would be playing out in the yard and his mom would be making lunch, our dads would be in the garage blasting heavy metal while they worked on the car.
Working on cars?
Yep. My dad and Uncle Randy would fix up some cars.
She clears her throat. Huh. I think that's the first time I've heard you call him Uncle Randy.
Yeah, I call him that sometimes, along with Auntie Sophia.
You call him Auntie Sophia?
Your right hand comes off?
What do you... Olivia lunges over to chomp at my hand, and I have to take a moment to check my fingers just in case. Hey, I was joking.
So was I. But yeah, I listen to a lot of this. You want to hear any?
She offers me the trackpad. Anything I see, huh? Say, what kind of music is B flat?
Music is a bit lame, actually. Wait here. There's actually something else.
Something else?
Something nobody else gets to see. I'm gonna show you my chest. Here it is. Look.
Olivia holds out a small wooden box. There are 2 rusted metal latches that have long since aged past their use. I can't see it quite well in the dim lighting, but I think if I were to hold it up in the sunlight, I'd see a thin layer of glitter glue coating the whole thing. It's also been painted carefully, with very thoughtful attention to tones. What could even be inside? Honestly, no guesses come to mind. Could be anything.
What are you waiting for? Open it.
I carefully open the lid. Inside is Olivia's chest. I mean, the box filled with various baubles and trinkets. What is all this?
It's like my own little hoard. I've been saving up lots of little things through the years. Nobody else has ever seen it.
She holds out the box for me to take. It's heavier than it looks. This must be some high-quality material. With the box in hand, I sit on the end of the bed. Olivia manages to crawl her way up to sit beside me. She reaches inside to grab... Ooh, what first? It's a lighter.
Oh, this used to be Uncle Randy's.
Does the engraving mean anything? She shakes her head with a soft smile.
Not really. He said it's harder to steal and hide stuff that looks unique. Really, I think he thought it looked cool and not tacky.
Well, I think it looks cool.
You would.
Rude? Rude? I also think it looks kind of cool, but I also do have, like an engraved letter cover, so I am the target audience. What's that?
My first tooth.
Wow, never seen baby dino teeth up close before. It's so tiny and sharp. What's that one?
That's my 58th tooth.
Your teeth grow back?
Yours don't? Humans.
Hey, I mean, you're right, but hey. Let's see, what else? What's this thing? What are these?
Just a couple of cool rocks I found around. I liked how they looked, so I kept them.
I grab one of the rocks to give it a closer look. It's gray with thin brown lines all around it and smooth to the touch. It'd be a perfect skipping stone.
That one's my favorite. Tastes like salt.
How do you know that?
I tasted it.
You don't taste you don't taste your rocks, Inko? What's wrong with you? I'm pretty sure that's like a quintessential part of, part of the process for, I believe, geologists. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of them have tasted rocks before. And also, like, if you're gonna keep it, why not? Why not, dude? What if it tastes really good? Just don't eat it, you know?
Oh, hey.
Whoa, some of these look really cool.
Of course they do. I picked all these out myself.
Where'd you get these?
I pick one up whenever I see one. They're a dime a dozen.
Sure. Alright. We've picked all the overlapping things. Picture. It's a picture of Olivia's chest. I mean, of Olivia at the shore.
This was from last summer. Dad had a weekend off, and we all went swimming together at the beach. The sun was just setting and decided to take a picture since it was a nice view. Plus, I felt pretty.
Maybe we could go together sometime.
Maybe, yeah.
She places the photo back in the box. Alright, this thing.
Aw, I love this little guy.
What's that?
Let me show you.
Olivia rummages through the box and plucks out a tiny hexagon piece. She then places the plastic ball onto it, and right before my eyes, it transforms into this little robotic-looking dinosaur. Oh, is that Bakugan? Is Bakugan back again? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Oh. Right, it's not Bakugan. This is a
Gabukan. Gabukan. Dinoid to be exact. I was hooked on the show when I was younger, and always asking to get the toys for my birthday and Christmas. Vinny's got the rest of my old collection. This one was always my favorite, so I keep it here.
Nice. And then we have this. A paintbrush?
A very important paintbrush.
Olivia's lips turn downward slowly as each bristle of the brush flicks away from her thumb. Though she averts her eyes away from mine, I can see the green of her skilly cheeks turn red.
Sorry, just got sentimental for a moment. This was the first brush I ever had. Dad gave it to me on my 5th birthday.
Her tone falters slightly.
Dad always asked me to make him little drawings. And every time I finished one and gave it to him, he'd tell me it looked amazing. I could barely draw a circle back then, but he'd still gush over them
and she shakes her head.
I think he put them in some scrapbook. I don't know, but he'd kept them all.
Olivia looks back to me, her embarrassment turning into bashfulness.
Thanks.
Minutes go by as Olivia continues showing off her personal little hoard. All tiny objects that Olivia has chosen to keep with her this whole time, eagerly explaining the significance of every little piece of her she's got locked away in here. By the time we're done, she's resting her muzzle on my shoulder. It's been a crazy long day. I'm pretty exhausted myself.
Can you put this back on the dresser there?
Sure. I gently move her off my shoulder, much to her muffled groans of protest. Then I carefully place the box back where it was on the dresser. A small friend pokes his nose curiously through the bars of his cage. "Hey, little guy. Long time no see. Were you napping?" The black and white furred mirrored replies with a series of squeaks. I like to think he's saying that he's glad to see me. "Hey, Olivia?" "Aw, I'm pretty exhausted too. Bed's definitely off limits. That leaves either the floor or the couch outside. Or that beanbag chair looks pretty inviting right now." I slump into it, the beads inside scrunching over my weight as I settle in. It's soft. It smells a bit like paint and Olivia's hair. Does Olivia lay on this while she works? As I start to drift off, the last thing my wary eyes take notice of is Olivia sleeping soundly on her bed. With how emotionally draining this whole day has been for us, it's nice to see her looking so peaceful. I begin to stir from my deep, cushiony slumber. It feels like there's something heavy across my stomach, stopping any ability to move. Did someone throw a weighted blanket on me? Actually, it feels like whatever's on me is vibrating. What is it? Olivia? Damn, that's alright, that's another POV. She's on me. My sorry, that got me for a second. Alright. Let's get back to it. My entire head grows hot as my brain tries to process the situation. How weird is she's. Hey man, me too, dude. Her chest pressing close to mine, I can feel her rhythmic breathing against my body. It's deep, slow, and with a subtle but noticeable rumble with each exhale. If I focus hard enough, I could probably feel her heartbeat. Maybe she sleep crawled onto the beanbag and didn't realize that I was on it. I should probably wake her up so she can get back to her bed. Anytime I try to move, her limbs cling tighter around my body like a boa constrictor. With all but Olivia's tail wrapped around me, any attempt of escaping her hold is fruitless. Olivia looks even more peaceful than she did on the bed. Maybe she does know that I'm here. And maybe you bring her a sense of comfort past what she can provide herself, man. I'll leave her be. Last thing I want to do is make her a cranky gator. With my free hand, I manage to grab my phone. Checking the time, the digital clock says it's only 5 minutes past 4:30. Plenty of time to continue my nap. I nestle my head back into the beanbag and let the feeling of Olivia's rumbling lull me back to sleep. This feels nice. That's where we'll end it for today.